Hello YouTube, hello, it's the 1st of April today, 2016, okay, so I'm kicking off this buys off with a collection of 3 items in one. Hopefully I'm going to try and do this in one go, in one take. Right, 3 things. First thing, which I will say has been my first purchase of this buys of. I would say. I'll open it as my first also. I know what it is. It's the Rolling Stones. Grrr. Yeah. It has 3 different options of its audio encode. It has PCM, it has your DTS High Def Master, and it also has Dolby True High Def Master. All 3 are 2.0. The encode, its discrete is 2.0. That's simply all, so to speak. That's all its encode is. I will say, if you want all their hits up to the year, this is up to year 2012. If you want all their hits in one go without having to swap between CDs, then I will say, get this. I'll recommend this. You can get it for about 20 quid now. I was lucky, I got the booklet in mine here. It being used, bought as used. I got the booklet in with mine. It is 2.0. You get all of them without having to hassle with turning over between 2 CDs. There's 2 discs, all on one. I will say, why the Stones have to keep on carrying the track Fool to Cry Over on every compilation, I will never know. I can't stand that track, and it comes smack right in the middle of this compilation. I just thought I'd add that. But fortunately, it could be worse. This encode, audio encode, is not barred. You can manipulate it, so it ain't too bad. But again, if you're looking for 5.1 discrete audio, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it with this release. Second, batteries to make 3D glasses. I wrote down a little note here. The last batch of 12 batteries I bought, 2, 4, 6, the last batch of 12. Last batch of 12 batteries. The last batch of 12 batteries I bought for my 3D glasses, I purchased on 23rd of April of 2013. So that goes to show how long they last in your 3D glasses. I used the batch. I use these exclusively for my 3D glasses. They use exclusively for my 3D glasses. They do last quite a long time. Your 3D glasses, you work it out, 23rd of April 2013, 14, 15, so 16, so it's like 3 years. It's taken me 3 years. I wrote down just little notes here, just so I can make that observation to you. It took me 3 years to use 12 batteries in my 3D glasses. I made that purchase. The 3D glasses associated media, so I thought I'd throw that in. £3.98 they were. The recent batch of 12 batteries then cost me £3.98. The last ones I made, the last ones I bought in 2013, April 2013, cost me £3.29. So they've gone up about by about 60 pence over 3 years. It's not too bad, is it? The third item. I ordered this item the first, actually this is the first item I ordered for this buys of video, actually, but I didn't get it first. I got the Rolling Stones first. Yeah, I ordered this just on the cusp, but yeah. Just today, I've got this today, being the 1st of April. I've just literally got this from as I was setting the camera up to do this video. Bloody hell. It's travel from the States, this. It again being media associated, I thought I'd throw it in. Ooh. Bloody hell. It was listed as brand new and unopened, so we'll observe to see together. It better bloody had be. Better bloody had be, I tell you. Certainly paid for said privilege. It's Stanton stylus replacement for my Technics head here, my Technics cartridge, my Technics. Got a Stanton cartridge on my Technics head, and it's a replacement stylus for it. See if I can see the diamonds on it without having to open it. Oh God, I can see already by just looking through the box there. I've got absolutely no diamond left on it at all. It gets to the point now where when I'm listening, my volume's only coming out of part of it's coming out my left channel, and it's on and off on my right channel, the audio. That's how it's sounding, that's how it's coming through my speakers, my stereo setup. I've got 4 speakers set up with my hi-fi, and it's coming through 2 of both speakers on my left channel, and it's completely perforated through both speakers on my right. And I thought, oh God, they're so expensive to buy. They're just so expensive to replace. Took the plunge, haven't I? Let me go and get a knife to cut this, hang on. Go for it, yeah. Got it. What a pain in the ass this is. How am I going to do this? Got it. Here we go. That was a pain in the ass, wasn't it? God, what a pain in the ass. This is brand new anyway. I'm not seeing seem straight at all. Oh, I can't wait to hear the sound it reproduces. I can't wait to put it on. Oh God, I'm dying to play it. I can't wait. Go bloody wait. Oh, I hear it already. I can even see visually. I can see even just glancing with my own eyes. The diamond had completely gone on it. On that. My diamond. I've been used to 40 Licks. What they've done is they've taken off 6 tracks spanning from the year 66 through to 02. Track 1, Mother's Little Helper from 66. You Got Me Rockin', 94. From 94 they've taken off Shattered from 1978, and they've taken off 3 from 02. Keys to Your Love, Stealing My Heart, and Losing My Touch. Now, the reason I noticed them straight away on initial listening, I noticed those 6 tracks missing from this. I had been used to listening to this since this is an 02 compilation, 02 or an 03 compilation, 02 compilation, and I've been used to those 6 tracks from said compilation. I noticed them immediately. They've shot themselves in the foot by taking off 3 of the 6 tracks. They've allowed a 20-year gap between hits, and I worked out if they'd have left those 3 tracks in from 02, it would have just been a 12-year gap, just a 12-year gap between the last chart hit to their current songs which they've thrown on. It would have just been a 12-year gap for this. And what I'm doing is I'm just skipping through each one now, and I'm not bothering to become accustomed to the fresh recordings which they put on here. I know, because in 10 years time the next compilation they're going to take them off. They're going to just remove them. If they don't become chart hits, that's what they will do. Like, they never became chart hits, the 3 fresh for this, right? Because they never made the chart. They've intermitted. That's exactly what they do. That's exactly what they will do again. Rolling Stones, right? Personal message to you: you can't keep on just including your old tracks, jukebox hits from 30, 40, 50 years ago for each compilation you produce. You can't just keep doing that, right? You can't just keep doing that just because your fresh recordings which you put on these compilations don't make the charts, so to speak. The UK or the US or the Danish or the Dutch or the Finn or the Australian top 40 doesn't mean you should just omit them completely, because also at the same time you can't just keep hammering home tracks from 40 years ago. You can't just keep doing it, because it does your fans' head in. It fucking does your fans' head in, right? Just start making your fans think all kinds of fucking what's going on. As I say, anyway, regards to this issue, I'm quite let down by Grr, to be honest with you. I'm quite let down by it on listening to it. It sounds wonderful, it does sound great. Its mastering is wonderful. It is truly fabulous. It is a truly fabulous sound sensation. On regards to the choice of tracks, you can stick this also up my arse. I'm going to stick with this 40 Licks, to be honest with you. I'm sticking with this. Right? Just because songs don't make a chart in any particular country doesn't mean your fans don't become accustomed to them, right? Okay. Rant's over. On to the next. See you in a bit.
this movie, Skyline. I would initially, I would have put this in with my miscellaneous movies at the end, but if it wasn't for the lenticular cover, bought it because of the lenticular cover. I've seen this movie in several shops, but the lenticular cover has been knackered on them all. When I saw this one, it's in pristine condition. I bought it. It was only 50 pence, but the only thing is that the disc itself is knackered, and I thought I wouldn't get a play out of it. So I said to the guy in the shop, it was on the shelf for £1, and said, look, just let me take a 50 pence, because believe you me, the disc is really knackered. It's like as if it's been face down on concrete, get me? But you can see there the lenticular, the movement and the amount of movement in the lenticular. You can actually see it there, even from that far, can't you? It's probably got the most movement I've ever seen in a lenticular cover, on any lenticular issue. It's just got so much movement in it. I saw it a long time ago, but it was always dead scuffed up. The slip was always dead scuffed up. But it's in absolutely pristine condition. There's not a single dog ear on any of the corners. It's just got beautiful movements in the lenticular. It's got beautiful movements in it. And when I saw it, I thought, the other day, but then what I done was I tried to clean the disc up the best I could, and I threw it in my DVD player, and it plays fine. The movie itself, it's a clever piece of work. I thought the people who made this made the AVP movie, AVP Requiem movie, the Strauss brothers. The movie itself doesn't really get going until the last third, but it shows a handful of actors. It appears to me that the producer of this movie chose a handful of players, B-list players, bar two, which eventually ended up being the last two, the final two, if you will. And I think that helped the movie loads, because then you were ever so enthralled with what the final third offered, get me? Then you were all of a sudden really absorbed in the movie toward the end, when it actually really started to get going. I think it was a clever piece of producing on the Strauss brothers' part there. It is a slow burn. I found it an extremely slow burn movie, but again, I think it was worked purposely so the finale would have an extreme impact. The ending leaves with you when you finish watching the movie. The ending left. I took away the ending, and I was thinking about it for days. It's got a really impactful ending, a really emotive ending. Shockingly surprising, because I never expected anything of the finale because of the Euro pop type feel which the movie had, B-type Euro actors type, bar the final two. And when the final third came along, I was really blown away by it. I didn't think it does leave it open for a sequel, but as yet there's been no sequel to this. I'm trying not to give any spoilers away. If you've seen this movie, tell me what you think about it. Let me see if I can get closer to the plot without spoiling it. Oh God. It leaves a thought of basically we are really our brains. Basically, we are really what is up in our brain. We are not our body part. Basically, our essence, what we hold dear, what our soul basically is not in the fact that whether we're able or non-able bodied. It's what's in your brain. Basically, in other words, how you deal with situations, how you emotively handle life is what's important, and what is all that matters in life. Basically, is your worth. What your worth is basically how you deal with life on a day-to-day emotive level. Basically, that's what I think the Strauss brothers were hoping to express in the story. Is ultimately it's how we deal with one another on an emotive level is what all that matters, is what all that should matter in life. It really does leaves with an extremely thought-provoking finale, this movie. I can only give it an 9 out of 10. Skyline. Fascinating ending to it. Absolutely fascinating. If you're... I saw this online, Cheapest Chips. It's a Chris Pine movie. I'm waiting to watch the 3D movie he did recently, which was based on a true story, a lifeboat movie where they go out and rescue a posse of people from a spilled oil tanker in the ocean somewhere. I'm waiting for that to be released on Blu-ray 3D, and I was like mooching around online one evening, and I saw this Pine movie here, going Cheapest Chips online. It's Small Town Saturday Night. I think it's called something else, depending on which country you live in. Depending on which country you live in, it's called something slightly different. God, that was literally a penny online. Yeah, headlines the movie, but he isn't the headline act. It's a character piece. This movie is. He's just one of many. But yeah, I thought I'd watch this while I'm waiting for that movie to be released on Blu-ray. It's called Small Town Saturday Night in the UK. It's called... I've not seen it yet. Oh, sod it. There you go. Okay. Oh god, it's the hardest thing to get. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I'll give you my thoughts in a minute. Also, Aliens, got the movie Aliens Special Edition on DVD. Again, Cheapest Chips, a penny it was online. I've got the VHS Special Edition, and it's pan and scanned, so I thought I'd get the original white. I thought I'd get the widescreen version to see basically what I was missing in the left and right hand side of the screen. It doesn't have a DTS track. I thought it would. I thought the special edition had a DTS track. Aliens. It's supposed to be the special edition. It says it includes over 17 minutes of restored footage. Sigourney Weaver returns in the stunning special edition. Yeah, it is. As I say, I've got the VHS. I've got it on VHS. I was simply curious as to what the widescreen version watched like. I'm gutted. I'm sure there's another release, the more recent. What release is this? This is 08. I think it did have a DTS track on a release. I think that was one of the... I think it was it had a green cover, the DTS track to release. I think that had a green cover. I think that was 05. This is more recent. It doesn't have the DTS audio track on it. Got it. because it was only about 2 pence online. I'm literally, I thought I'd get this to do a comparison to my VHS version, to my VHS. I thought I would do a comparison video on the Pound Scan V widescreen version. So I saw this and I grabbed it. There you go. Okay. That looks for it. It's in a nice slip cover. Got a nice little slip casing for it. Let's check it out. Brand new, ha ha ha. It's come from Poland, this. It's come from Poland. I'm going to take my time, because we've got loads of time. Time is on our side. Because I need time. Time needs me. That beautiful. It's like a slip box. Like a slip box. Region 2. It's like a box, see? It's got like, it's got like a... All that'll be in Polish, the writing will all be in Polish. So, it'll all be in Polish. Yeah, it is. Region 2. Region 2, 5.1 audio. It's even got the hologram there. So it's an authentic disc. So I'll check that out. That's Z for Zachariah, Polish issue. Comes in a nice slip casing. Lovely edition. Region 2, it specifies Region 2. Yeah, it does. Nice little slip. O-ring again, nice little O-ring. This time an O-ring, not a slip case. Region 2. Tuck into this. There are some features on it. Yeah, it is region 2. I just thought sod it, plump for it. I saw it and I thought, fuck it. I just thought, fuck it. I just thought, fuck it. It's one of them. It's just one of them. I needed to punish himself, you know what I mean? Online. I just needed to. I just felt like I just needed to go kick up the arse. So I thought, yeah, I'll buy that. I'll click on that. I went for that. Sod it. You know, I felt 08's 20th anniversary DVD edition of Hamburger Hill. Both equally as buzzing for me, to be honest with you. For years, there's no point in me standing here giving you a synopsis on the plot. It's a movie I grew up watching. C'est la vie. It's simple as it's a movie I grew up watching. I think you either like these type of movies, you either do, or you don't like these type of movies. To be honest with you, for years and years, I was used to Hamburger Hill on VHS. For years, I was used to it. Yeah, that's where I've been looking at for the last 20 or so years. I've been putting that in, I've been using this. I've been playing this for the last 20 or so years. I've always enjoyed the movie, always have. Bought it on DVD mainly, not because I wanted an upgrade, so to speak, in quality of vision or video, but it was to try and see if the pan and scan had lost much, basically. I wanted to see if I could gain more by watching it in its original aspect ratio. But then when I got it, I realised it was in the 185, so I didn't really miss much all those years watching it on VHS.
but I was grateful to have it. It's 567i 47 something I. You got the 567i. It is an interlaced picture, 576i or 567i. In regards to its resolution, it's no greater than the VHS, but you don't get the. It watches cleaner than your VHSs do. Get me in a nutshell. I think there's 2 featurettes. There's one says featurette, 2 featurette. Yeah, I think there's 2 featurettes. I've only just watched it. I can't remember. I know the audio commentary alone is worth it. There are a few featurettes on it. About half an hour each. I think they are. Featurette. Yeah, there are 2 featurettes on it. There are 2 anyway. They're not hour long. I'd remember for sure. I think they're about half an hour each. I can't quite remember. I know that the audio commentary is it's all right. It's worthwhile sitting down and watching. It's just about where they've been called an anniversary edition, to be honest with you. It's just the 1 disc. It's in the 185, so you're not going to gain any picture from the old VHS edition. It's just something I wouldn't like to watch on Blu-ray. I had the choice of buying it on Blu-ray for the same price as this edition. You got a nice slipcover with this as well. I don't think you got a slipcover with it. I don't think you'll get a slipcover with the Blu-ray. To be honest with you, I wouldn't like to watch this on Blu-ray. It's just one of those movies I wouldn't like to watch on Blu-ray. I just wouldn't like to. Maybe so in the future. I might ask for it for a present for Christmas or something. But I was well pleased with this edition. Yeah, I was well pleased with it. It works great in the surround sound. It works great. The audio sounds great in the surround. There's a lot of helicopter action, and there's a lot of outdoors. It's all filmed outdoors. A lot of outdoors. A lot of atmospherics to be heard in the surrounds. It's worthy of an anniversary edition. It's not too bad. It's not bootleg. It's an actual genuine edition. Yeah, I'm glad to add this to my collection. Yeah, I'm going to keep hold of this. Okay, get back to you with what I thought of this Film Arena edition of Everest. I'll get back to you with that. Don't know how I'm going to show this off, but I will. I'll get back to you at least how I thought of the film. See you in a bit. I was completely thrown with Zachariah. I was really impressed with it, but I must say I did watch it late at night, just before I was going to bed. It's certainly not Friday night viewing. I'm going to let you take what I say there on board as a recommendation. Definitely recommend for Zachariah. Wonderful. This movie is wonderful. And made up, I got this Polish edition as well, because it comes with a nice little slip box there. See, I was showing you my own opening. Yeah, I'm going to be putting that in my collection. I can rewatch it. It holds great rewatchability. That movie does it. It watches really well. It has a very pleasant look to it. Okay, wonderful. From one to another. One independent. Read online also, just before I go, Siegfried, the player Siegfried, who was supposed to be doing the female role. Whether or not she replaced her, because her Siegfried star is waning at present. But then again, this movie was made 2 years ago, right smack in the middle of Siegfried's regality, if you will. So it's probably so the star player would be Chris Pine. But then again, I did think maybe there was no sexual chemistry between Siegfried and Pine, because there is a very intimate sex scene in this story going on. Maybe simply, basically, based on the chemistry within that unit scene, within the chemistry didn't work when they were rehearsing for it between Siegfried and Pine. One wonders why Siegfried was thrown out, because as I say, it would have been when she was at her peak 2 years ago, Siegfried. One wonders why she was replaced with this female actress here. I think it does have a great payoff.
even more so if you have not read the book. I was like that watching, thinking, where on earth is this going to go? I really enjoyed what I was looking at on screen. It was great, the scenes where they were jumping off the pier into the lake, and where the three of them were getting along's sake. And I didn't know where it was going to go because I was totally unaware of the original story. I was completely taken with it. I was really impressed with Zafar Zachariah. I think overall, as great as the English fella was there, I think she was the star of the show. Her and her pair of bouncing bosoms. But I moved from one to another. One independent to another independent, Everest. As completely different as this watches on the massive scale Everest does. The dude there, the player who was in Terminator Genesis, the Australian fellow depicted there in the middle, his name must be the lead, Jason Clarke. He is doing a Liam Neeson. He's coming up, what Liam Neeson was doing a few years ago, he's coming up in every single movie now, isn't he? And then there'll be another in a few years' time, and then another actor. They do like spells of 3-4 years, don't they, each player does, don't they? Talking about previous starring players. Sam Worthington is in this, and he only has a bit role, so to speak. They do say in the special features that Sam Worthington plays a pivotal part in the movie, but to be honest with you, I thought anybody could have played Sam Worthington's role. Anybody with a serious with a serious formal decor could have easily played Sam Worthington's part. Again, like I said, I didn't know the original. I wasn't aware of its original source. I watched it in 3D. I will say I did watch it in 3D. The 3D was great in it. And toward the end, I did feel really guilty with the 3D glasses on when everyone were dying around me. To be honest with you, I did. I really did. You obviously know people are going to die in this. You obviously do know. Spoilers now, spoilers right. If you don't want to know about this movie, turn off now. But I think I've not spoiled it so far, because you do know people are going to die in this movie, don't you? You do know that, don't you? Right. If you don't want spoilers, turn off now. Right. I was shocked by just how many people died in this. I was absolutely jaw-dropped by the amount of people who died in it. I just couldn't. You know, when you normally get depictions in movies of real life events and disasters and stuff, like fictional disasters, etc., just like the odd person will die in it just to get the tearjerker toward the end. But a fucking shitload died in it. I was like that. My jaw was on the floor, and with my pair of 3D glasses on, I was like that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I watched it late at night over the weekend. I watched it in 2 parts, Saturday and Sunday night. I really enjoyed it though. I think I was going to bed last night thinking, there's a reason why they made this movie. I think there's a reason why they made this movie. As tragic as it is, it's simply to let folk out there aware of the reality of going up Mount Everest, because there certainly is a market. I think it's setting out to the general public that there is what's basically going on out there in Nepal, or is it India, where the base of Everest, the camps are. There's a tourist trade for folk who want to climb Everest. Basically, at the foot of Everest, there are people sitting off there sunbathing in just boxer shorts with a laptop in tow, taking payments if people want to come and meet them, pay them $5,000 online, come and meet them at the foot of Everest, and then they'll take you up and bring you down and say wave tra, with the guarantee they'll bring you back safely. In a nutshell, I think this movie was made to let Joe Public know that there is an existing trade of that, and basically it's to actually allow Joe Public out there, the common, to take note, to tighten up the current regulations which are in play
obviously, for this movie to still have been made, right? I think there was definitely a niche for this movie. There was definitely a place for Everest, definitely a place for this movie out there. I was wondering, why on earth are they making this? Why on earth? Why? Why? What was the tragicity of it all? But going to bed last night, there was a serious thought in my head. There must simply be still a need to make people aware what's going down out there in the footholds of the mountain itself. Basically, yeah, rains, certain rains certainly need tightening. Certainly belts of certain rains need tightening. 1 in 4 people, is it, who go out there checking up Everest die. Yeah. Well, before my mind starts wandering off too suspiciously, I had to stop myself last night. Yeah, I think a lot of people I'm glad this reached a broad audience, because I think it needed to. Certainly very serious, heavy film at the end. Just let you know, it's quite shocking actually, but still very enjoyable in 3D form. Okay. And now finally, the miscellaneous stuff. I'll touch on Supernatural as well, just before I go into that section, into the final section. Season 9 of Supernatural. I'll touch on this now. I've left this just to the end here. Yeah, I was going to say at the end of the last buys off, I was going to tag on the end what I thought initially going into this season, but I haven't really got into it. So I just thought I'd leave it until this buys off, and I've gone and finished it all, completely finished season 9, to the point where I'm going back through it and I'm watching select episodes and watching, certain discs, chucking in discs, and watching, etc. Because basically, I've really enjoyed season 9. I think, to be honest with you, it's the best season so far. The other buys that I was moaning about how they're not looking as lavish and they're just not appearing so good on the eye, and they're saying I don't know why. Well, I've gone and turned it completely around on myself. Don't know why. Don't know how I've suddenly come to this turnaround, but season 9, it's the best so far. It's the season I've enjoyed the most so far. 2 standout episodes in it. As heavy and as thesp as season 9 is, there were still some good comedy elements running through it. There was basically, I really enjoyed season 9. There's one where he thought he was a dog, one where Dean thought he was a dog. His behaviour was coming like a dog. He was becoming like a dog. It's not like he was turning into one physically. His manner, he was becoming like a dog, and he was unaware he was doing so. You've seen season 9, I think you'll know, to get on to the episode I'm talking about. I thought that was dead funny, especially when he saw the poodle. Yeah, as the episode was progressing well into the episode, and he saw the poodle, and he had the attraction toward the poodle, and the way the camera work and the editing, and it was just so funny, where he appeared to have an attraction toward this well manicured, seasoned, feminine poodle, which was and it was collared up to a post outside a store when they were walking past it, and she caught his eye just like a female dog may catch a male dog's eye. It was just edited. The way it was edited, it was really funny. It was really solid comic episode. That, and the other episode, which had loads of good fun in it and humour, was the Canyon Valley episodes, where Dean and Sam went undercover at this place called Canyon Valley, this Slimming World type place, and that was full of humour as well. The part where the female parasite said after she was tied up to a chair, and Dean said
under duress of a gun, asked her what she was, and she said what she was in a Spanish accent. And Dean got it funny in his American ear and pronounced it back to what he thought he heard her say. And he said something completely bizarre, and he described it. It was like a food type. He said back, like a fish taco or something. He said back, that's right. I couldn't remember coming into this, but I've just remembered now. And it was just really funny the way it was done. Those two were standout episodes. Yeah, I'm curious when season 10's going to go. I've not seen any of season 10. I don't get cable TV. I don't watch this as it's broadcast. I am looking forward to season 10. I hope it's not going to be a letdown after that. I really enjoyed season 9. Loved it. Really loved it. It's I'm finding it extremely rewatchable. I'm getting used to Crowley, by the way, the English dude, however I say it. Previously, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to get used to it, him being in every other episode. I'm becoming used to him. Yeah, I think it's a matter of having to, isn't it? No, miscellaneous now for sure. Miscellaneous for sure now. Final section. We have the movie Messenger. The first half an hour of this movie is wonderful. It's great. You really feel the impact of the drama. You know, I really was getting into the story and thinking, you know, great, let's see where this is going to go. Then I thought after the first half an hour, then the 3/4 an hour mark came, and then the hour mark came, and where Ben Foster's character became romantically involved with Samantha Morton's character. I didn't like the direction where it was going. I just thought it became a little monotonous toward the end, slightly repetitive toward the end. I think if they were able to build on the first half of the movie and then take it somewhere else, unfortunately it fell a little flat toward the end of this movie. I can recommend it for the first half. For the first hour, I can recommend this movie. If you get it for now, I can recommend the first hour. But you know, if you're in one of those moods where you want to just throw on movies wherever for movie's sake, there's not one I would recommend to sit all the way through to watch. Yeah, but other than that, the first hour, yeah, so. I don't even know if I'm going to keep this, to be honest with you. I'm not too sure if I'm going to take the disc out and put it in my wallet as miscellaneous. I'm not sure. The last half of the movie fell that flat for me. Yeah, I thought the first hour was okay. I thought the first hour was really good, and I was curious as to where it was going to go. It just didn't go anywhere, unfortunately. That's The Messenger. And number 4, all these movies I've not seen until just recently, in the last few weeks. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. I think this was going to be a 3D movie, but it never did. I think it was set up and it was filmed in view of becoming a 3D movie, of being then converted for cinemas to be watched in the 3D form. But for some reason it never did. I remember at the time this was released in the cinemas, I remember phoning up my local cinema complex just checking on the 3D times for it, and they said back to me on the phone that it was not to be released in 3D. And you know what? I was sure I saw it being advertised as an upcoming 3D movie. But anyway, for some reason, I thought to myself, this should have been released in a 3D form. It was definitely filmed in mind, so for some reason it fell flat in the 2D form. It was one of them I was watching thinking that movie should have been in 3D form, and it wasn't. I thought this would have been so much better in the 3D form. As it is, it's basically a 2D CG fest, unfortunately. That's what I mean by where I think it was going to be released in 3D form. Unfortunately, as it is, it's simply a 2D CG fest. But I still did enjoy it. I still did enjoy it. Yeah, one of them. It was one of those movies I threw on when I was on the internet late at night. And it was great in the surround sound. It was just great. A good, nice little distraction. That White House Down. I don't like Channing Tatum when he's got all this weight on him. You know, when it looks like he's stopped working out and he's piling on all the fat on top of his muscles. Surprised at Jamie Foxx, how sound he was, coming from watching him in Django Unchained. I thought he was great in this. He was actually, he had a wonderfully charismatic character in this movie. He went down really well. I thought he went down. His acting chops went down really well in this movie. In Django Unchained, I think he was quite one-dimensional. I thought he was quite three-dimensional in this. I thought that the chemistry was wonderful. Or is it Olympus Has Fallen? It was begging for a sequel, wasn't it? You know, it was begging to become of a franchise, wasn't it? This, no, it's self-contained. It's not necessary for this to have a sequel. It's a really, really solid Friday night movie, great in the surround, surprisingly three-dimensional characters in this. I was not expecting that at all. It was great to see the Gyllenhaal woman, the Maggie Gyllenhaal in it as well. She was sound as a pound in it. And James Woods, the editing came up there to work for him, didn't it? The editing really worked wonders for him. I think the editing had to be there for him to work in that movie. He must be getting old now. 10 out of 10 for the editing to pull off squeezing James Woods into the role in which he had. He was running around like a 21-year-old in it, wasn't he? 10 out of 10 for the editing in this movie. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to keep that. Yeah, I'm going to take that out now. I'm going to keep number 4 as well. Yeah, not my wallet. See my wallet there. Let's say my wallet there. Yeah, get White House down there. Yeah. And I'm going to keep number 4. I'm number 4. It has Michael Bay written all over this, doesn't it? Yeah, it's not a Michael Bay film. I think it has him as producer. I'm sure I saw his name. Yeah, Bay Films. Yeah. It's definitely that's right. I thought it was a Michael Bay movie. Yeah. I like the girl there. The girl there depicted on the right. With what's it? Pettifer's love interest in it. I thought she was really nice. Yeah, I did. I thought she was really, really nice. She does look different on the cover. She is more fragile looking in the flesh in the movie. She's depicted to be quite harder there on the cover. She is a lot more feminine in the movie. Yeah, I liked her. I did. I liked his love interest in this. I think she is really bizarre looking. I think she's really bizarre. She's got this really aggressive look to her, isn't she? Number 5. The girl who's number 5 in the movie comes to the rescue. Yeah, I thought it was great. Yeah, those 2 movies are definitely ones I will instinctively say, yeah, I enjoy. Great time wasters, wonderful in the surround sound, great when you're just fucking around online and you just want to throw something on just to have on and to be able to catch your eye and just to give you a smile, basically, put a smile on your face. Yeah, definitely. That's my instinctive thought when it comes to those 2 movies. Whereas The Messenger, which I picked up simply for curiosity's sake, it was simply because I like the 2 players headlining it. No, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I don't know what really don't know what I'm going to do with that. I will say, as a little add-on, yeah, I will say, I bought that, blind bought this. Completely blind bought this. Got a lovely slipcover. I completely blind bought this. Not literally, it was in every sense of the word, I blind bought this in my local shop. It was either this or the it was the movie. It was the other movie. The Kickboxer Girls in it. The girl who's a kickboxer. Oh shit! What's that movie called? About 3 years old it is. And she's a professional kickboxer, and she's in the movie. It was between that movie and this, both having slip covers, but that was a DVD. So I went with this being Blu-ray. Complete blind bag. Went with this because it was Blu-ray. I thought to myself, the shop had a cheap charge in the same amount for a DVD. It'll come to me what that movie's called. It'll come to me. Ewan McGregor's in it as well. And another along with a host of famous players from my day in it. Chose this. I will say, fantastic transfer, and it's got the most fantastic audio encode in it as well. The master audio encode is just marvellous on it. Absolutely marvellous. It's in the 185, so your 16:9 TV is full, top, bottom, left and right. Gorgeous, it is. Gorgeous digital picture. You can tell it's been filmed with digital camera. Gorgeous transfer, both audio and video. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I come from a time from the 80s. My watching experiences all originate from the 80s, where it was looks first before the fall. Whereas movies now are hopefully turning around. People are beginning to complain about shaky cam and saying we're not able to see what's going on. In my day, it was all like that. It was all like how you look first, and it was all smartly edited to make the plays back in my day look great. This one stripped it all back, and you were able to see everything in this movie, and I thought it was wonderful. Complete blind watch. Wonderful. Wonderful. I'll keep this. It's only a few quid. I'm trying to think of the film's name. I'm trying to think. I can't think the one I chose over. I just cannot think. What's the name? Can't think. Haywire. That's right. It was either Haywire DVD with slip or this. Chose this, and I'm glad I did. Right, okay guys and dolls, this has come early. I wasn't going to put this up until the end of June, but I've been buying a shitload, so I've had to put this up mid-season. I'll probably do my summer one earlier than the end of summer. It'll probably come the end of July, rather than me leaving it till September, which I probably would have done, depending on how I go, depending on the rate I'm buying. I've had to put this one up early, simple as. I welcome comments. If you want to ask questions about anything which I've talked about, like region codes or anything like that, anything about the movies I've shown, feel free, message me or leave comments. I won't go through each disc and say what region they're all from. I'm never going to get to the end of this video. Just feel free, ask away. Okay, any questions, ask away. Feel free. Yeah, it'd be great. I would love the encouragement. Okay, cheers for watching. I hope to see you next time. Okay.